Welcome back. This is episode 2 and it's been a week since my first video. If you follow the steps in it, you set up a Phantom wallet, you bought some Solana, and right now you're sitting on some 300% returns. But that being said, I don't really like to talk about the prices of tokens and coins because it's volatile, it goes up and down. When in doubt, you zoom out and you see that most of these valuable tokens are crushing it. And I don't like to talk about it because even when the prices stay flat in the short term, I'm still making money farming. Thanks to the power of DeFi, you can earn APR on your tokens doing nothing. In this video, I'm not going to explain why it works, where the money's coming from, where the exact mechanisms are. Rather, I'm just gonna show you how to do it so you can start earning money, and we're gonna get into how it works later. Let's start by exploring Raydium. Raydium is an automated market maker. AMMs are a financial tool unique to decentralized finance. They allow assets to be traded in a permissionless and automatic way by using liquidity pools instead of traditional markets of buyers and sellers. AMMs set prices of assets based on a predetermined mathematical formula in their smart contract. Now that your crypto wallet is just a Chrome extension, connecting to Web 3.0 is super easy. You simply just put Raydium.io in your browser, click Enter App, and then connect your wallet by using the Chrome extension. We're going to authorize a Raydium app to see our public key so it'll know our account balances. And remember, without a private key or without you approving a transaction through your wallet, Raydium cannot actually spend any of your funds. Decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, are an automated market maker. The first tab we're going to take a look at on Raydium is Swap. This is the DEX of Raydium. Note that there are no burdensome buy and sell orders like in traditional exchanges like New York Stock Exchange or Coinbase. This is a new paradigm in exchanging assets. So how to use it? It's super simple. Just put in the token you want to sell and the token you want to buy, the amount you want to exchange, and press swap. You got to use your wallet, which contains your hidden private key, to approve the transaction. Wait a few seconds for your transaction to get included in the next block, and you're done. Just swap some assets with minimum fees, and this is accessible 24/7. In the example on the screen, I exchange 10 Raydium for about 115.8 USDC. As soon as the transaction is confirmed, you can open up your wallet and you'll see your funds there. Let's get right into it, and let's see how you can earn money on your crypto. Single asset deposits to apps such as Aave, which, by the way, is the biggest DeFi app by total value locked, is the safest way to earn APR. You enter app, and you can see the list of markets on Aave. You can currently earn, for example, 7.5% on USDC, 5.3% on USDT. All it takes is for you to convert your USD to a tokenized version and deposit it in this app. You may notice that Ether deposits will earn less than 0.5%. This is because Ether is bound to become a deflationary asset with the merge to ETH 2.0. So there isn't much demand to borrow it because most of the market expects its value to go up over time. The Aave smart contract is currently only deployed on Ethereum and Matic. Since we're exploring the Solana network, let's check out some options here. Raydium will actually allow you to stake the Ray token for an 18.7%. All you have to do is open the staking tab, select Ray and the amount you want to stake. Here you can see me put in roughly $1 worth of Ray. Press confirm and you're done. You can see Ray reward accumulate every few seconds, and you can withdraw your reward or the full staked amount plus reward anytime. Let's take a look at something a little bit more aggressive. Solfarm.io is an app on Solana that will allow you to lend your assets to leverage traders. We enter the app, connect our wallet, and go to lending. Since this is a way smaller contract than Aave, the APIs are quite a bit higher. So, for example, you got 21.6% for USDC, 38.5% for USDT, and even 8.6% for ETH. On the screen, you can see me select the USDC market, deposit $3,000. Approve the transaction and done. We're earning interest. Our $3,000 is now earning about $12.46 per week, which is just about enough for a 6-pack of White Claws, baby. So we're going to get into risks more later, but keep in mind that this is just USDC, so you still have no exposure to crypto. Also, keep in mind that these API rates are variable. So the more people borrow USDC, the higher the rate. The more people deposit USDC, the lower the rate. So it's worth it to just check up on this every once in a while and make sure that you're getting a reasonable return. All right, let's go a step further and check out the world of yield farming, sometimes also called liquidity mining. By the way, this has nothing to do with the proof of work mining that people do with their GPUs to secure the network. It's something totally different. So, since decentralized exchanges do not have buy and sell orders, they rely on users to provide liquidity to facilitate the trades. And why do you think people provide their liquidity here? Because they get paid to do so. Since DEXs are autonomous pieces of code, the profits from the protocol are aggressively distributed to those who provide the liquidity. It's permissionless, so you can join any liquidity pool on Raydium, Uniswap, SushiSwap, and many other exchanges and just start collecting fees from traders right away. And I'm going to walk you through how to do that. All right, so in this specific example, I'm looking at this Ray Serum pool, which I like both of the underlying tokens, and I want to invest in them anyway. So here you can see me go to the swap function and use half of my Ray to swap for Serum. Once I have the tokens in my wallet, I go to the liquidity tab, provide the liquidity from equal parts Serum and Ray. And by the way, it's equal parts in terms of equity. So it's not necessarily one-to-one token-wise, but it has to be worth the same. And one Ray is worth roughly 1.37 Serum. That's why we're putting in more Serum than Ray. Once we supply the liquidity, we can see here in the Your Liquidity tab, I have about 193 liquidity tokens. I can now go back to the Farm tab and stake my LP or liquidity pool token. Put in the full amount, stake, approve it with my wallet. And that's it. I'm going to refresh my screen here so that my position is reflected. And that's it, we're done. We're accumulating rewards from this pool, which is paying out about 107%. And as my tokens appreciate in value, I am still able to capture that. Collecting rewards is as easy as pressing the harvest button. On the screen, you can see me do that for all 3 farms that I'm in on Raydium. And if you'd like, you can go to the swap function and convert them to USDC. USDC can be transferred to a centralized exchange such as Coinbase. And from Coinbase, you can withdraw it in USD right to your traditional bank account. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Paul, I can easily earn 100% APR on my investments in traditional banking. Show me something I haven't seen before. Well, let's take a look at leveraged farming, where the APIs can go well above 1,000% annually. Solfarm makes leverage farming almost too easy. You just select the leverage position you want to take between 1x and 3x, supply the underlying assets, and the smart contract does everything else for you. Once you find the leverage and the ratio of assets that you're comfortable with, you just press the farm button, wait a few seconds, approve the transaction. Behind the scenes, there are several transactions happening, but the end result is that you have a position in a leverage farming situation where, for example, my Aleph USDC farm is earning about 1,700% annually. There are scores of other DeFi apps and tools I could walk you through. Saber.so is interesting. You can farm with pegged asset classes to minimize your risk. For example, here I'm looking at USDC, USDT farms, which are yielding 19%. That can be your savings account now. Other decentralized apps such as Zapper or Step Finance provide you with a nice dashboard to help you manage all your positions in one place and help you compound your yields. And yes, compounding is a good thing now that you're the one providing liquidity. Compounding is good when it's a mortgage, good for the banks. In DeFi, you are the bank. Let that sink in, man. And lastly, don't be shy. Check out Solana Scan or Etherscan on Ethereum. See how much activity there is on chain and check out your transactions to make sure they're going through and working as expected. Look up your contract addresses or just stalk your friends to see what they're doing on chain, how much money they're making, what kind of NFTs they're buying. This is a new world. A good place to look for new apps is DeFi Pulse. They will have them listed by total value locked, which is a good indicator of their size. You need to do your own research. A lot of the tokens I showed in this video are not even available in centralized exchanges, meaning you can only purchase them through a DEX. You can kind of think of this as investing in traditional companies before they go public. Typically, when a token gets listed on a major centralized exchange, it gets a nice boost to its price. But this can also be risky because without liquidity behind centralized exchanges and a high number of users there, liquidity can potentially be manipulated by whales, and so you can get rug pulled. Another very important concept unique to DeFi is called impermanent loss. Read about it and try to understand it. When you do, come back and please explain it to me. But just kidding, but liquidity farming does have some complicated nuances. Pegged tokens can lose their peg, which can definitely mess your investments up. Besides that, smart contracts as a whole are always at risk of getting hacked and having the funds drained. And you can also get hit by a bus, so watch out for those sneaky fuckers too. But all jokes aside, as Ryan Sean Adams of the Bankless podcast, look them up by the way, says, crypto is risky, DeFi is risky, you can lose what you put in, but this is the frontier and we're headed west. We are still early and this can be life-changing. Long story short, if you can invest in some real estate and start collecting rent, it's a great way to use your money. Most of us can't really do that. We don't have enough money to buy a building. But what we can do, we can buy some crypto assets and start putting them to work immediately to start earning APR. This is the ultimate capital efficiency. You can provide liquidity to startups and start earning APR on those assets right away. You can borrow against them, use them as collateral. This is awesome. As always, none of this was financial advice. And in the next episode, we're going to get deeper into DeFi. What are DAOs? How can DeFi make our society and communities better? Where are the yields coming from? Why is Ethereum going to eat the banks? What's a hypotenuse? I don't know, but we're going to talk it through and find out.